All right, so today we have a clip here of Ben Shapiro talking about a recent change in Berlin, Germany that allows women to go topless at public pools. Here's his not weird at all take on it.
Berlin's authorities took action after a female swimmer said she was prevented from attending one of the city's pools without covering her chest in December 2022. The woman then lodged a complaint with the city ombudsman at the Senate Department for Justice, Diversity, and Anti-Discrimination. The authorities agreed that the woman had been a victim of discrimination and said all visitors to Berlin's pools, including women and those who identify as non-binary, are now permitted to show their tits.
What a dirty fucking mouth. I'm sorry. I'm not just I thought so many people anytime I make videos on these guys say that I cuss too much and that cussing is wrong. Motherfucker has a Ben Shapiro just fucking what a dirty fucking mouth, Ben. Go wash it out with soap.
It follows a similar incident at a Berlin water park in the summer of 2021. Frenchwoman Gabrielle Lebreton sought financial compensation from the city after security guards ordered her to leave the premise when she refused to cover up her breasts. She was with her 5-year-old son when the incident happened. That kid's going to grow up healthy and happy, I think.
Okay, again, he hasn't even gotten to his take on it yet, and somehow he's already said something sexist. Bro, why do you have the right to comment on somebody else's parenting? Matt Walsh gets on his show all the time and does the same thing while simultaneously saying that he's a good parent. Like, Ben, why are you saying that this kid is gonna not, like, why would you even say something like that? That's just a weird fucking thing to say. You're just randomly attacking a 5-year-old child for no reason because you don't like this story. Do you know how fucked up that is? Do you know how much of a piece of shit you have to be to say this 5-year-old kid's gonna be fucked up because their mother is actually fucking pushing for progressive change that makes sense because there's no reason for women to be able to... This is all goes into women just being sexualized. Ben doesn't see it like that. He's a fucking idiot. He's also weird. Why did he say that? That's just so weird. That kid's gonna grow up nice and healthy. Yeah, he's probably gonna get bullied because people like you, Ben. What the fuck?
Speaking to German newspaper Die Welt at the time about why she believed it was gender discrimination, said, "For me, and I teach this to my son, there is no difference. For both men and women, the breast is a secondary sexual characteristic, but men have the freedom to remove their clothes when it is hot, and women do not."
I mean, she's not wrong. When you look up secondary sexual characteristics of men and women, it says that a secondary sexual characteristic of women is their breasts, and men not having breasts, that's a secondary sexual characteristic for a male, not having breasts. But if we're going to go by this logic, just hold on.
No, actually. Men's chests are not considered generally a secondary sexual characteristic.
He said men's chests are not generally considered a secondary sexual characteristic, and I'm not going to say I agree or disagree with that, but if we're going to go by this standard and this logic, something that is considered by every standard, every single thing I looked up, a secondary sexual characteristic of males is the development of the Adam's apple. So if we're going to use that logic, then Ben Shapiro, cover your fucking Adam's apple, because that's a secondary sexual characteristic. If we're going to use this dumbass logic, cover up your Adam's apple, bitch. It's this. You guys can Google this right now. The Adam's apple is a secondary sexual characteristic of a man. It's a stupid standard to use. That's just a terrible argument, because look at what I'm saying now, right? Like that's his argument. That's all he has. That's it. He doesn't even, there's no good reason why this is a bad thing. He doesn't like it. Ben Shapiro does not like this. This somehow probably goes against his religious beliefs, and he wants everybody else to believe the same thing that he believes. He wants everyone else to think just like he thinks. Autocrats.
Excited to see Germany really embracing full-on androgyny.
No. How? I don't think he knows what androgyny means. Does he know what that means? I don't think he used that right. If I'm not mistaken, please correct me if I am wrong. Androgyny, the best way I would define the word androgyny is characteristics of a male and a female on full display in one individual, right? That's the best way I would be able to define it. How does women not having to are able to go topless at pools? How is that androgyny? That doesn't even make sense. He just throws these big words out there. Motherfucker doesn't know what they mean. You went to Harvard. I went to community college. This bitch went to Harvard. He doesn't even know the definition of the word you're using. He did literally threw that word out there. Does not even know what it means. This does not have anything to do with androgyny. I'm gonna look it up just to show you guys. That's so dumb. Okay. Here we go. Right here. Androgyny refers to sex role flexibility and adaptability. Androgyny is the possession of both masculine and feminine characteristics. Androgyny may be expressed with regard to biological sex, gender identity, or gender expression. So, I'll leave it up to you guys, since I told you what androgyny means, showed you the actual definition. How is this in any way androgynous? Please tell me. I didn't go to Harvard like Ben. I'm clearly not as educated as he is, because he's the one throwing out these big words. But tell me, guys, please. I'm curious.
Of course, that is not going to, it's not about androgyny.
Oh, now he's trying to backtrack. Now he's trying to say, actually, wait. I didn't mean to say that. It's not, yeah, it's not about androgyny at all. You brought that up out of nowhere. At least he admitted it. Okay, I could give him that. At least he admitted he fucked up, sort of. Not really. Like,
Teenage boys everywhere in Germany are very excited today.
I think Ben is excited. Again, you're just sexualizing women when you say that. I bet you teenage boys everywhere are really excited. What Ben fails to explain or tell you or tell his audience is that in Germany, it's a different culture than we have in America, and there is this movement, so to speak. They call it a movement. You know, some people call it like a group. I don't really know how to define it. I've never been to Germany. I don't know. But there's this movement group type thing. I'm not exactly sure how to define it. But it's called, I cannot pronounce it. It is a German word. So apologies that I am unable to pronounce this. This is the word right here. Frickoperkultur. I didn't say it right. I know I didn't. But this is a type of health culture that promotes being nude, but not for sexual reasons. It's literally being in nature and like being naked and just it's like it's almost like they're like exercising while they're nude, but it's because it feels good to them. It's because it actually has actual health benefits. And if you do a little bit of research, you guys can find this out for yourself. There are actual health benefits to doing something like that. And in Germany's culture, at least in large part, they don't sexualize the naked human body. And this is just more proof of that. Ben's not going to explain that to you, though. The story on the Daily Wire, the story on his show that he ran today, whatever this is, whatever it says, I'm sure the title in his show and the video today is something like, women just fucking got their tits flying out everywhere. Some stupid shit like that, because that's what the Daily Wire and Ben Shapiro do. That's what they do. They don't tell you everything. They literally read a headline. Also, when I was doing this research, I know I'm like all over the place. I think he's reading from a CNN article, because the words that he said are the exact same words that are in this CNN article. So Ben Shapiro's source is CNN. So I don't even know, like, can we even trust him anymore? Conservative Ben Shapiro using CNN as his source? Yikes.
The patriarchy is, again, incredibly clever. Great job.
The patriarchy is incredibly clever. Again, he didn't even mention that this is a cultural thing. It's literally part of their culture. He didn't mention that at all. You don't want to know why? Because Ben Shapiro's a bigot. And he's also a liar. And he's also an idiot. There's nothing else I can say about him, because those are all true. He didn't mention any of the stuff that Germany does on a routine basis that would encompass something like allowing women to go topless at the swimming pools in Berlin. He doesn't mention any of that because, and I've been saying this in almost all my videos, that would make Ben Shapiro and the entire conservative narrative just fall to fucking pieces. Okay? It would. that's going to be it for this video. If you like the video, hit the like button. It helps me out a bunch. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that little bell and turn on all notifications if you guys want to see more.